Hurricane Beryl is biblical. Hurricane Beryl is biblical. You dumbass. All right, before I get into the wordonomics of it all, this is Hurricane Beryl, I believe, and it is officially now a hurricane. And if you are in the Windward Islands, or you're in any of these islands, you definitely need to be paying attention because models have it getting to be at least a category 2, possibly category 3, maybe even category 4 hurricane, which will do damage. I personally think the high pressure system, the atmospheric defense team, will probably push it into the Yucatan Peninsula, probably into Mexico. But models are showing that it could recurve anywhere from Texas all the way to Florida. So no matter what, if you are along the coast, please pay attention. What? Like Livingston's Dam's in trouble? What? All right, Raw's alerts breaking 19 hours ago. Emergency officials have just issued a warning that the Lake Livingston Dam spillway in Texas is at risk of potential failure. Currently, emergency officials have declared potential failure watch for Lake Livingston Dam in Livingston, Texas. Well, that's bad news because we've had a lot of infrastructure failure lately in the United States of America. Super Zip Zap Pow, your European soccer game, football game has been canceled. All right, I don't belong to any political party. I don't worship any politicians. Technically, I thought Donald Trump was good at the economy, but very bad at responding to natural disasters and human empathy. And I think his son is a douchebag. Anyway, Beryl, even our hurricanes are gender non-binary now. What the fudge are you talking about, dickhead? Hurricane Beryl is technically biblical, bro. Do you even know how to Google? Technically, anything after the Old Testament is biblical. But where and what is beryl in the Bible? A precious stone of sea green color. Emerald and aquamarine are two types of beryl. It was one of the 12 stones on the high priest's breastplate, Exodus 28:20. One of the jewels worn by the king of Tyre, Ezekiel 28:13. And the eighth foundation of the wall of heavenly Jerusalem. We're talking Revelations now, people. 21:20. So the idea, the idea that somehow Donald Trump Jr. is trying to use the term beryl to gaslight people. I don't know, man. It's just like you get points for dividing and conquering people these days. All right, I've had my say. Like I said, personally, I have some overconfidence in the atmospheric defense team right now, but so I think it'll get pushed into Mexico. So Mexicans, definitely watch out if you're on the coast and if you're in the Yucatan Peninsula. But some signs are showing it to recurve. And also, it is now stronger than the models were listing. So yeah, it could definitely be a major mega hurricane for some of these people. So I would be watching out. A worst case scenario is it threads the needle and ends up in the Gulf. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, so I would pay attention. And yes, I agree with the majority of people that at 81 years old, Biden seems to be too old to go another 4 years. I don't know what's going to happen next. It's probably going to be crazy, though. All right, so we were watching two major situations that are rolling in towards, the Cubas and the Yucatan Peninsulas, and where they will go after that, I don't know, but it's definitely still a danger, so I'd pay attention. The sun has still got more click-clack pow happening. And remember, worshiping politicians is now technically a career choice. Like, you get paid and paid well just to talk shit about the other guy and talk about how great your guy is. All right. What seems kind of gay to me, not that there's anything wrong with that, this is Pride Month. And technically, I got to say, conservatives seem to talk about gay and transgender issues 50 times more than gay or transgender people did during the month of June. Hey, Saturn just went retrograde. Did you feel it? And okay. It is 2024. Worst case scenario is possible in almost every scenario. Just want to remind you. Germany. versus Denmark. The game was suspended due to thunderstorm and hail. Are you ready for a rootin', tootin' good times? Nobody knows what's going to happen. I would just be prepared for the worst and pray for the best. But we got 2 areas to deal with. And it is hot. In Texas, I can guarantee you that. It's 100 degrees here today, pretty much, or 99, close enough. But it feels like a zillion or whatever. And I gotta say, it's weird, the people who just like to dunk on people all the time. If you spend a large portion of your time dunking on an 81-year-old man, you may want to rethink how you were raised. All right. Why punch down? Well, I guess it gets you money on Twitter with the engagement farming and stuff. And, we're in a time where people want to hear what they want to hear instead of the truth. Although Biden is too old probably to be president, in my opinion. But Asteroid Fight Club, no matter what, buckle up. The second half of the year is probably just going to be crazy on every level. But yeah, God has rolled out the barrel. And will we have barrels of fun? I don't know. But, that's the whole thing. The title of the video, when I say barrel is biblical, you see what I did there now, right? I got you into a history lesson. And I dunked on Donald Trump Jr. Blackpink in your area. And we're not saying that Beryl's going to hit Alaska, but if it did, that would be really bad and probably biblical. And about a week ago, which is like a week after they legalized porn on Twitter, the timeline just began filled up with super attractive 21-year-old women, who I assume like 70% of them are AI. But they'll have like DM fees where it's like you got to pay $50 to DM them. The hell's that about? What would they have? What interesting would they have to say? Anywho, I don't want to stereotype saying that super attractive women are bad at conversation. That would be wrong. And once again, one-stop shop for hurricane information is Mike's weather page at spaghettimodels.com. And then also Tropical Tidbits for all the maps and stuff. Right here's Tropical Tidbits. It's also great. Run by Mr. Cowan. I forget his first name. What's your name, Cowan, dude? Ian Cowan? I don't know. Anyway. But, always double check multiple sources. Levi. That name's biblical too. It's also a pair of jeans. Yeah, also, multiple check your sources. Whether, ask for a Fight Club's team, Oh, wow. Germany and Denmark this evening. It is definitely biblical. You know what I'm saying? You know how the Bible's talking about, and then there will be soccer games canceled due to lightning in giant stadiums. And it does seem like a lot of people in Texas are getting sick with the COVID or the other. So just beware. No matter what, dude, I just don't want to get sick ever again. I know it's going to happen, but I really don't like being sick. Right, you got severe weather to watch out for today, and those yellow spots. And then tomorrow in those yellow spots, and the day after that in that yellow spot, and then the day after that in that yellow spot. And unfortunately, if an atmospheric defense team does exist, if they have a choice between a major hurricane hitting Houston or Louisiana, it always seems to end up in Louisiana, in my opinion. You don't have to agree with that. These speedy models break it down for you, but notice how it has a turn. How strong would it be? I don't know, dude. This could be the wildest hurricane season since 2005. It could totally be a bust. Technically, I'm up here in DFW where it's hot, but I don't have to worry about hurricanes. So I'm just trying to do a favor for you coastal people. This rain map seems kind of weird. How are you? How are y'all doing? I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I hope you have a super weekend and a wonderful 4th of July week. Thank you to all the soldiers out there and everybody who keeps freedom alive. All right. God bless everyone. Stay cool. I will talk to y'all soon.